In the heart of the countryside, where the fields stretch out like a patchwork quilt and the stars twinkle brighter than anywhere else in the sky, stands a farmhouse that has whispered its chilling tales to those who dare listen. Tonight we delve into the Fearsome Farmhouse, a place where the tranquil beauty of rural life collides with the kind of unsettling stories that make you question the shadows and sounds of the night. Our tale begins with a family, the Harringtons, whose roots ran as deep as the ancient oak tree that stood guard outside their home. Their farmhouse was an inheritance passed down through generations, each adding their own chapter to its storied past. But there was one chapter that they never spoke of at the dinner table, one that the parents, John and Mary, kept from their two young children, Emma and little Sam. As the sun dipped below the horizon, painting the sky in shades of orange and pink, John would secure every window and Mary would double-check each lock. It was a silent ritual, born out of an experience that had etched itself into the very woodwork of the home. One night, just as the clock struck the midnight hour, John and Mary were roused from their sleep by a sound that was neither human nor animal. It was a cacophony of whispers, scratching at the walls, begging to be let in or perhaps to be freed. The following morning, a heavy mist lay upon the land, but it was inside the farmhouse that the air felt thickest, as if it held onto the remnants of the night's unease. Emma, with the curiosity of her 8 years, asked her father about the noises that had invaded her dreams. John's eyes darted to Mary's, a silent conversation passing between them before he softly chuckled, dismissing it as the old house settling. But houses do not settle with voices, nor do they bleed history through the floorboards. That evening, as John read to his son, Sam's innocent voice cut through the stillness. "Daddy, will you check for monsters under my bed?" With a knowing smile, John humored his son, only to find under the bed a pale, trembling Sam, mouthing the words, "Daddy, there's someone on my bed." The real monster was the grinning doppelganger that lay above, an entity that had been stirring in the shadows of the Fearsome Farmhouse, waiting for the veil between worlds to thin. This was the story that the Harringtons kept hidden, a tale too real to be dismissed as a ghost story. It was a reminder that the countryside, for all its serenity, could harbor darkness more profound than the city's most sinister alleyways. In the weeks that followed, the once peaceful farmhouse echoed with the tense footsteps of the Harrington family. Friends and neighbors spoke in hushed tones, trading stories of figures seen standing in the fields at dusk and lights flickering in the farmhouse's abandoned rooms. The countryside, a place where time moves slower, seemed to hold its breath, as if waiting for history to repeat itself. The Harringtons, however, could not wait for what the farmhouse might bring next. They sought the wisdom of the old ones, those whose families had tilled the land for centuries. With a blend of fear and resolve, they were pointed toward an elder named Mrs. Whitaker, a woman of few words, but vast knowledge. Her advice was simple: respect the land, and it will respect you. Ignore its whispers, and you'll awaken its wrath. Taking her words to heart, the Harringtons began to learn the ancient customs of the land. They discovered that the farmhouse was more than wood and stone. It was a keeper of balance, a guardian between the seen and unseen. They learned to listen to the whispers of the earth, to tend to the fields, not just with their tools, but with their hearts. As time passed, the unsettling stories of the Fearsome Farmhouse transformed. No longer was it a place of haunting horrors, but rather a testament to the coexistence of man and mystery. The Harringtons had not conquered the darkness. They had embraced it, woven it into the fabric of their lives, along with the beauty of the countryside. From the frightful tales of that fearsome farmhouse came a newfound respect for the land and the legends it carried in its soil. So when you find yourself driving through the countryside at night, let the beauty around you seep into your bones. But do not forget the stories that the earth holds. For in the symphony of the rural night, each cricket's chirp and each rustling leaf may carry a note of the farmhouse's unsettling past. Remember, fear can be a companion that keeps us aware, but it is respect for the tales of our ancestors that keeps us safe. Let the Harringtons' experience be a reminder that sometimes, the monsters under the bed are real, but with understanding and reverence, we can live in harmony with the mysteries that surround us. And perhaps, just perhaps, when you lay down to sleep tonight, the countryside will whisper to you one of its own stories, adding another thread to the tapestry of the Fearsome Farmhouse legacy.